What's going on? This is API Phone Help, and today I'm going to give you a brief overview of the first Apple event of 2016. Okay, so the first thing that Apple did was they announced the brand new bands for the Apple Watch. They have a nylon band and just a lot of other new colors, very spring-like colors, so I thought that was pretty interesting. And the biggest thing with the Apple Watch is they have dropped the price down to $299 as a starting price instead of the original $329. So yeah, it's a little bit of a disappointing price, but they're trying to drop that down to get more people to buy the Apple Watch. Alright, so the next thing they did was they discussed the Apple TV and the way that it's going to go. The first thing that they said was that apps are going to be the future of television. With that being said, there are over 5,000 apps already on the Apple TV's App Store, and there are going to be a lot more to come. And the biggest thing with the Apple TV update is that Siri and dictation is going to make typing so much easier. So you could just tell Siri what to type in for email addresses or user accounts, things like that for Netflix or HBO Go, stuff like that. And you could also tell Siri what to put in for the passwords. Siri's not going to remember the password, but it will allow you to dictate what you put in so you don't have to go in and type it on using the Apple remote. It's going to be a lot easier to type in the passwords and usernames and stuff like that. Alright, so the next thing that they announced was what everyone was pretty much thinking is going to be the star of the show, which was the brand new iPhone. And they're calling it iPhone SE. So the brand new iPhone features a 4-inch display, which has identical form factor as the iPhone 5S, but it is actually double the speed. It has the same exact processor and everything. All the internals are the same as the brand new iPhone 6S. It's just stuffed into a smaller 4-inch version. Now with a smaller 4-inch version, the iPhone will start at $399 as a just buy it straight out, or with a 2-year upgrade, it comes free. Which is the first time they've ever brought out a brand new device that you can essentially get free with things like 2-year upgrades and stuff like that from your contact carrier. Alright, so moving along, iOS was the next thing that they covered, and Apple is claiming that about 80% of active iOS users are using the newest version of the software, which is very interesting considering no software has had that big of a adaptation. So that's a pretty high percentage. iOS version 9.3, which actually is released today, or if you're viewing this, it was released on March 21st, is characterized as one of the biggest dot releases the company has ever done. So they are bringing a lot of new features to iOS 9.3. Some of the new features include a night shift, which will adjust the blue light on the device as the sun goes down, easing sleeping hours for some. So as I've talked about in this video up here, blue light is a hazardous light that can make you not sleep well and just damage your eyes. And Apple has seen that, and they're going to do something about it. So with their new iOS version, they're going to ease that blue light down when it turns nighttime, which is essentially when people have the hardest time with it. Alright, some other things that they included is a password protection for notes. So you can password protect each different note that you create with a thumbprint or a regular pin digit password, or just regular passwords. And they updated the News app, which seems to be making itself friendlier to publishers to allow readers to track different stories. It's very easy to get the news now, I guess. I don't really use the News app that much personally, but if you are using it, it's going to be a lot easier to use. Alright, and that's everything with iOS. The next thing they introduced was a brand new iPad, which not many people saw coming. Typically this is around the same time that they do announce the new iPads, so you know, it was seen as it could happen, but what they did was they announced a brand new iPad Pro, which they have just released the first version of the iPad Pro about 6 months ago. But this iPad Pro is going to come with a 9.7-inch Retina display and weigh less than 1 pound. So this brand new iPad has a 32 gig version, which starts at $599, with capacities up to a 256 gig version with prices to follow. With this iPad, they're really trying to go after those people who are in the mix between a tablet and a PC. Really, I think they're trying to go after those Surface Pro users because the Surface Pro has become so popular recently. They want an iPad that a lot of people can afford to buy, and one that just allows people to use the Pro features with not having the big giant Pro display. And with this new iPad Pro being released as the 9.7-inch model, that is actually going to allow the iPad Air 2 to go down in price to just $399 as a starting price, which isn't that bad at all. All right, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button down below. Make sure you are subscribed by hitting that button over there, and I will see you guys next week.